This is Radio Republic.
You became very famous and very known as a designer, right? You even put up your own store in Greenbelt.
Yeah,
you had, huge celebrities wearing your clothes. With that kind of success and money as well, right? How did you, go back to music?
As far as a lot of people are concerned, I'm a fashion designer. I mean, I still am.
Yeah.
That's still my day job. And the great David Foster himself and Michael Bolton, again, please, my weird life. It should be like an entire, that's a year-long series. How Kate became a musician.
Where'd you meet them? How did
at a
you even
dinner
meet them?
in Vicky Bello's house. Actually weaseled my way into getting invited to this dinner. Like, Doctora, please, can I just go? Because I really love Michael Bolton and I really love David Foster. She said, okay, come. And then I brought my demo and I talked to them like, I'm a designer and there's a part of me that really wants to leave my day job and I just want to do music. And then Michael Bolton was like, okay. And then he was so sweet. He actually sat me down and said, hey, I see your passion and I really, that's great. But he's like, I just want to give you a piece of advice that nobody ever talks about the 19 years when Michael Bolton wasn't successful.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
okay, 19 years. Really? David Foster was like, just do both, up until one is, considerably more successful than the other, then maybe you can think about choosing one. But Michael Bolton was saying something like, success in the music industry, it's like a confluence of so many events. It's not enough that you're talented, but you also have to meet the right people and be, show up at the right time and have the right material. And obviously I'm not in this to be like famous or whatever. It's just I just love it so much. I remember there were times when I would play at this small bar called Millenia in Kamuning.
Yeah.
And I would have an audience of one. I'm as happy playing for an audience of one and an audience like at a music festival or just playing for my friends, singing at a friend's wedding. I mean, come on, I sing at funerals, I sing at graduation parties. I mean, that's why I figured, I've been very fortunate. I've been blessed with a great career in fashion, but when else am I going to pursue my music?
Yeah.
I expanded my business very quickly. I had like 2 shops. I had a department store line. I had like a stocking line. I was doing everything. I was handling PR. I was just like one-woman show. And for a while, I was able to do it. I was lucky. I was successful at it. But I guess it was a blessing in disguise. I got terribly burnt out. I didn't really factor in my humanity. I treated myself like a machine. I would not really get any sleep. It's like a car, You take it on a road trip.
Yeah.
And you don't get it overhauled or checked, and then it breaks down, and that's what happened to me, and I really didn't anticipate it. There's just one day I couldn't design anymore. I couldn't even. I was just like, I would just be staring at a blank sheet of paper and be like, I can't do this. I don't know why. It was so hard. It's like the only thing that you've known to do for years, and all of a sudden you can't do it.
And it wasn't like writer's block. It was more severe.
It was more like physically the work took its toll on me.
Yeah.
I would be in and out of the hospital like with weird gastric problems, and the doctor would be like, there's nothing wrong with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, what is this? It might be stress. And I went through the whole, I went through seminars and classes and, therapy, like everything, like counseling. And then I was just like, what's wrong? And I just needed a break. I just decided to just shut down for a little bit, and then I went on sabbatical.
Okay.
It was very hard from being super workaholic and then biglang, whoa, what am I going to do today? It was a very difficult time for me, I have to be honest. I felt very lost. I just wanted to find myself again. My parents, they sent me to the US for a break. I didn't even have the energy to sit up to use my laptop. So I remember very specifically, very vividly, and then my laptop is like tilted sideways. And I think this happened like around 2010. I saw a post about the songwriting camp.
Okay.
I think Joey Ayala
Okay.
messaged me. I was like oh, this is interesting. I read about the camp. I could sign up for that. I just want to meet Ryan Kev. Yeah. Still, I was not very motivated. And then I get a follow-up text from Joey.
Okay.
Like, hey, you should really sign up for this. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, you should. And I was like, okay. And that got me out of bed. And then I always thought, nah, music, it's so hard. It's not a lucrative career to pursue. But I just want to experience this right now. Being at that camp and being surrounded by all these amazing young people who wrote songs and love music as much as you did. And to be mentored by people you looked up to all your life.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, like Gary Vee, being
Right.
like, I really like what you wrote, you know? I'm just like, oh my gosh, you know, or Louis Ocampo. I remember, I just kind of hounded him. I would just like watch Martin Rivera on TV and be like, he'd be doing his like, you know, synthesizer thing. I like that guy, and I just bugged him. Sir, are you going to hear me play my song? Because, you know, I'm supposed to play my song. And he's like, oh, but I'll be leaving. I'm like, but I want you to hear my song. Can you just listen to my song? He was reluctant, but before he left the camp, he gave it a listen, and he was like, wow, where did you come from? And he even like gave me like little coaching on how to arrange things, and I was just like, this is phenomenal, you know, the chance to just have FaceTime with these amazing musicians and have them hear your stuff and critique you. And, you know, the modules, you know, they guide you, and then it was just wow. There's this one particular night, there's like a little concert, like a few of the campers were, you know, we're supposed to perform their compositions. I just got goosebumps all over before I went on stage. I mean, I even had a hard time playing because Jay Durias had played before me, I think, and it was so high, and I was just like, what is this? I'm just this small person. And then I just knew with a certainty that my life was shifting. And it was scary because it's like, wow, this is uncharted territory for me. I mean, I've always been a dabbler. I would always feel safe now. You know, when I want a gig, I can gig, and then I know all these people in the industry. But to actually really pursue it, it just never occurred to me until that moment. Like, oh my gosh, like this is a new calling. It was wonderful. It was just so scary. Frank, he laughed and he was like, "But Kate, you need to be a little more ambitious than that." And then I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Well, because opening acts, usually they don't get paid." I'm like, what?